to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my February wrap up, and I will also be picking my March TBR. So yeah, without too much of an intro or anything, let's just get right into it, shall we? No, they're whining. And okay, go lay down. Okay, great. Cool, bye. Anyway, let's get right into what I read in February. The books that I read in February. So we left off, well, I have 5. Well, I guess it's like 4.5 because I started one at the end of February, but it's gonna bleed into March. So I'm gonna just kind of briefly talk about it. Let me put these in the order that I read them. All right. So the first book that I read in February, you guys kind of got a sneak peek on that, and that was The Only One Left by Riley Sager. My best friend Lana has been recommending this book for months, if not since the day it came out, because I think she read it literally like right after it came out, and she absolutely loved it, and I was like, okay, I need to try a Riley Sager book. And let me tell you, I ate this up. It is one of those books that you're up until 3 a.m. like, okay, one more chapter, and then you just finish it. So I gave a brief synopsis in my last video, but basically our main character, Kit, has to go and take care of this older lady named Lenora Hope, who is said to have murdered her whole family in 1929. Yes. However, there are so many creepy like twists and turns and a lot of random things that go on. I don't want to spoil anything on accident, but all I can say is just pick this up. I am not the fastest reader by any means, but I feel like I read, you know, faster than the average, but I could not put this down, and this was all I could think about the entire time I was reading it. I gave this book 5 stars, as it deserves. I did not even come close to guessing the ending. I thought I knew. I was just oh so very wrong. So yes, highly recommend. Definitely pick this one up. Next book I read was Leather and Lark by Bryn Weaver. Yes, just had to check. This book is the second book in the, what is the series called? Oh, the Ruinous Love trilogy. And the first book, Butcher and Blackbird, I liked. It wasn't my like absolute favorite. It was nothing groundbreaking. But I loved it enough that I was like, oh, I want to read the second one. And then after reading the second one, which in my opinion, this was way better than the first one, I gave it a 4.5 stars. Just like, I love the couple in here. They're just so funny. Lachlan and Lark. And basically, she is a serial killer, but she calls it something different, and I can't remember, but it made me cackle. Like, I didn't realize how much I was gonna like it, so I didn't tab it. But basically, she doesn't like the term serial killer because she goes and kills men that do bad things. But Lachlan is called in the very beginning to like clean up a mess that she made with, you know, murdering somebody. But they don't know who each other are, and then later on they meet again at a party. They don't know that it's like, they don't really get off on the right foot, and they don't know that they've already met each other until he says something that triggers Lark's memory. And yeah, it just spirals from there, but there's a lot that goes on. There's a lot of family things, but then they end up like arranging themselves to get married to protect each other. That's the best way I can put it without spoiling anything. 4.5 stars, highly recommend. Super smutty. There are some scenes that I was like, my eyes should not be reading this, but you know, you look past it. If smut is not your thing, I would not recommend reading this. But serial killers, like falling in love, doing all the things, having some politics in here, like family issues. If that's your jam, I recommend. Next up, I read Collide by an author that I still cannot pronounce. So sorry. This book was really cute. The plot of it is kind of like, so her dad was in the NHL, professional hockey player. She has this vendetta against hockey players because her dad wasn't really there for her growing up. And she is assigned to this man's over here, which her name is Summer. His name was Aiden. She's trying to get into this really difficult graduate program. He got in trouble and took the fall for something that his team did, which then puts them together through the university because he is basically her project. And the story goes from there. But obviously romance, cutesy. There were parts where I was kicking my feet, but it was nothing groundbreaking, nothing crazy, but I did enjoy my time. I believe I gave it a 3.5. Yes, I gave it a 3.5 stars. So yeah, if you just like kind of cute hockey romance, I recommend. I'm so late to the game on this, and I think it's because the movie came out recently and I saw the movie and I was like, oh, I should probably read the second book soon. And I saw it on my bookshelf. It was not on my TBR for this month, but two of the books that were on my TBR, Things We Never Got Over and Powerless by Elsie Silver. Things We Never Got Over was by Lucy Scorp, sorry. I did not get to either of those, just because I'm a terrible mood reader, where it's like, I can pick a TBR and I can stick to it for the most part, but I'm probably not going to read every single one that I pick. But, back to what I was saying, this book, It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. I have so many Colleen books that I just have not read yet. She's the author that got me back into reading, and that was in 2021. I read like 8 of her books back to back to back and was eating it up. But because It Ends With Us just came out, like the movie came out last year, I was like, you know, maybe I should read the second book just to like catch up, see what's up with Atlas. Honestly, I ended up liking this more than It Ends With Us. So if you had mixed emotions about It Ends With Us, but you like loved Atlas, this is more focused on his story. So I highly recommend. I gave this 3.5, but obviously it's because it's just, I feel like since 2021, I've read, you know, better plots, better characters. But the nostalgia of this was so nice to read again, and to be back with Lily and Atlas in that world was nice, especially since it's been like, I think almost 4 years since I read It Ends With Us. I read this in literally 24 hours. So easy, so bingeable. Anything Colleen is easy and bingeable and enjoyable, so you can't go wrong. But yes, I gave this 3.5, and I do recommend if you haven't read it. Lastly, I started a book in February, and because today is March 2nd, no, it might be March 1st. No, today is March 1st. Today is March 1st. So I started this 2 days ago, and I'm 75 pages in to Powerless. I know it's not the Powerless that I had on my TBR, but honestly, I read so many romance books that I just needed something that was more like fantasy, something else other than just like your normal romance. Again, I'm not too far into it and I don't want to say too much, but I think I'm gonna like this. I did read The Hunger Games when I was in like middle school, so it's giving me the same vibe, but definitely different. So this is going to be my first read of March, because again, I'm only 75 pages in and I think it's like 490 or something. This will be considered March for me, but yes, this is the first book. And without further ado, let's switch over to my March TBR. I think last time I picked 4. I would like to do that again, considering I have this one already, so then I'll have 5 for this month. I was ambitious last month, and I'm actually shocked that I completed 4 books in the month of February because I was so busy. Like, I have a full-time job and 2 side jobs, and I do like extracurricular activities for myself, so sometimes I find it difficult. He just opened the door. Anyway, sometimes I find it difficult to like find time to read unless it's like midnight. I think in March I'm gonna have a lot more time, just because I coach a college team, actually the college that I went to, and they get a 2.5 week break, which means I get a 2.5 week break between basketball season and their showcase rehearsals. I have a little bit more time to read this month, and let's go ahead and pick the first book. First prompt is a book that has been on your TBR for over a year. Yeah. That's a lot of books, I'm not gonna lie. I am a serial book buyer, but I plan on reading these books like eventually, you know? All of the bookshelves behind me I have not read. I have a massive bookshelf over there that maybe like one day I'll do like a bookshelf tour. I feel like that could be fun. But let's take a look. Oh, also not sponsored, my Starbucks. Ivy. We're heading into March, so I feel like maybe a springy book, or maybe something like, oh, I know. My other best friends from high school, Kathleen, she has been begging me to read this book for years, and I've had it for years. And I don't know why I have not read it, but I think now is the time, because also Lana is on this wave of getting me to read Deep End by Ali Hazelwood, but I feel like I need to read the OG book first, and that is The Love Hypothesis. I think this is gonna be the first pick, because I am behind, guys. I am so behind on some popular books, so I think I'm gonna go with this as my book that has been on my TBR for over a year. Also, I just realized I didn't even write the word book, but I knew what I meant. I knew what I meant. Next prompt is, let's see. Oh, all right. A book that starts with the letter T. Wow. There's not any that... Oh, okay, I see one. I see one that is not the word the. I want to try to use one that's not starting with the word the. That's a cop-out, I feel. Actually, this might be the month. This might be the month that I just read a bunch of books that people have been asking me to read for years. And I think I like the fact that the entirety of the title is all T's. So I think I would like to go with Today, Tonight, and Tomorrow. I feel like that's a solid pick for a book that starts with the letter T. All right, TBR, book number 3 prompt is A book with plants on the cover. A book with plants on the cover. Well, I probably have a ton of those. Right? Are you gonna read them with me? No? Alright. There's plants on this one. Kind of. Not really, actually. Does Quicksilver have plants? Actually, we might be onto something here. And this one looks really good. Okay, this one has plants and mushrooms and things on it. Okay, I think my final choice. I think my final choice is going to be How Does It Feel by Janine O'Reilly. Seems to be a forbidden obsession, unyielding family allegiances, 3 deadly challenges. I feel like this is going to be a good read. It seems pretty short too. It's 314 pages. I feel like I could read this in a day. Oh, FYI, just while I'm staring at it, I DNF'd this. I couldn't do it. I think it's a soft DNF. I just think there was a lot of romances I was reading and this one just wasn't doing it for me at the time. So we're just gonna put her on pause because I love me some Lynn Painter. I just was not getting into this one. Last prompt. Let's see. Oh, well, I pulled one way quicker than I thought. All right. A book that was a gift to you. So, does it count if it was a gift to myself? Just kidding. I'm pretty sure there's one that I know who... Oh, this one was a gift to me by Lana. And I almost am wondering if this is the vibe. I know Lana gave this to me, I think like a Christmas or 2 ago. Or like when we did our book exchange in 2023. You know, this might be the time. Joan Davis is a movie star and a damned good actor. Oh, can I say that on here? Oh well. Unfortunately, Hollywood only seems to care when she stars alongside Dash Howard, Tinseltown's favorite leading man and a perpetual thorn in Joan's side. Ah, this is giving enemies to lovers. You know, maybe I'm just a romance girly through and through and I just need to get through my massive TBR, and I think this is a good one to go with for this prompt. So I will be choosing It Happened One Fight. Thank you, Lana, for gifting this to me, and I will keep you posted as I'm reading this. Just a quick little recap on my March TBR. I obviously have Powerless that I started a few days ago. I'm liking it so far, so we'll keep that in mind. Next, I picked The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. Then I picked Today, Tonight, and Tomorrow by Rachel Lynn Solomon. Then I picked How Does It Feel by Janine O'Reilly. And lastly, It Happened One Fight by Maureen Lee Lenker. So I think I'm gonna have a good time in March. Overall, I think I'm probably gonna end up only reading like 3 of these, and I'll probably be a mood reader and pick up something random. But yeah, I'm excited. I really want to challenge myself to actually read the books that I pick and then reward myself by reading something else after I've read the 5 things that I've chosen. So yeah, I will be updating my Instagram as often as I can with what I'm reading. And if you want to like and subscribe, I would be oh so happy if you did that. I will link everything down below, like all of my socials. I'll also link Lana's channel again, just because we're doing this together. We're doing it. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.